All right, now blow off top. We're getting that blow off top now, folks. Do you think crypto and Bitcoin and the US stock market is inside a blow off top now? And what about altcoin season? Are we going to get the altcoin season as well? Okay, let's have a look at this, right? First of all, is this a blow off top? And now, as you know, folks, I was the one who was calling for blow off top all this time, ever since Trump started playing with his little tariffs. I said he's going to cave. We're going to eventually get the rate cuts, and Trump is Barney Rubble, the caveman, and we're going to get this blow off top. So here, I'll show you guys the stock market in a second. But right now, what I was worried before was another pullback, right? Another pullback. I originally said we could get a pullback down to mid-90s. We got down to 98.1, right? Kind of close. And I thought maybe we could get another pullback here. And then actually, I'll tell you guys why. I'm going to tell you guys why actually Bitcoin made this move, right? Not many people in the market can actually tell you this, but I'll show you guys special reason why Bitcoin made this move. Before we do that, so this, we could have had another fake out, right? A dip, and I kept on saying we're headed to like mid 100s. That's a conservative target for me, something like 140K to 165, a conservative target. We can go even higher than that, but let's call that a conservative target. And so because we've had this strong close above, and this close is important as well, we really don't want it to close like low 116s. That would give us a top and tail and turn down, because Ethereum's already kind of doing that. Ethereum here, getting hit by this $3,000 level, right? Doing a what you might call a top and tail, depends. We're kind of pretty close to that, right? You really wanted to close to at least 3,000. So we don't want to see any top and tails here and pull back. If Bitcoin does, I mean, I'm just making this video right now on the midday. It's actually almost 1 o'clock. Midday US time. If Bitcoin does pull back, 110K is kind of like where it must hold. You've got this top must bounce off this level and keep going. But even that is kind of pretty bad, because usually when Bitcoin makes these impulsive moves, it does not pull back to give those people who missed out a second chance to get in. So like, for example, the bounce off 74K, my call was for 73K. We kind of almost got there as well. When it makes these sort of thrusts, no pullback. These sort of thrusts, no pullback. And then finally, right, we started chopping. Similarly, if we look at this, right, here was the breakout of 68. So these big candles up, no pullback. These big candles up, only when it got to 100K, we started having pullbacks. And this thing here is to 74K, almost just touching the old high. This was like in April. This was 5 months later, you get the pullback, right? Initially, it doesn't pull back and punishes the people who didn't get in on that move. So I was basically saying, I will take some profit here and rotate it, right? And the crypto stocks, right? Like SBET, like MetaPlanet, not quite MicroStrategy, but those kind of crypto stocks is what I was rotating into by taking some profits here. And it's okay, because if there is ever a pullback, right, then I've got enough ammo as well. And I kept on saying, keep enough big bags so that when it does pump, right, you're benefiting as well. Okay, the big questions are, what caused this pop, right, above to new all-time highs, this big run? I'm going to explain to you, and nobody else out there is explaining it to you like this. I've got the reason why. And will this lead to a altcoin season? Before we get to those questions, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show your ID. That means even the exchange can't see who you are, right? So that means the IRS can't see you, tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. So I've made this link or this deal with them. Deposit and get 20% bonus, right? Deposit 100 USD, get 20 USDT, 1,000 USD, get 200 USDT futures trading bonus. A chance to win MacBook Pro, iPhone 16, Apple Watch, all of these great prizes just by getting into the top 20 of the Pablo competition, not the entire exchanges competition, just the small Pablo competition, right? And get these prizes. Okay, limited time only offers, offer ends on 11th of July, folks. And also, if you're watching this, then the link is in the description below. If you're on YouTube, the link is in the description below. Link is in the description below if you're on YouTube. But if you're on another platform such as this one, that's okay. Just click on my profile page, and here is my Stan link or the link tree. And it's the first thing that pops up. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But remember, this deal is only on the Pablo Himan link. So I was talking about before, why was, because there were some whales selling. There was mixed signals around here. I was showing you guys in my Discord and in my last couple of videos that there were some mixed selling signals. Why did Bitcoin suddenly pop up here? I'll show you. This is something nobody talks about, right? Okay, so this is basically China had a major meeting in Shanghai, which is kind of like the New York of China, basically saying they are getting into crypto, right? To be more specific, stable coins and some cryptocurrencies, if you can actually read it, right? And look at the timing of the news. It came out on the 11th of July, but at midnight, 10 minutes past midnight, 10 minutes past midnight is when this news leaked. And that is obviously major because so far, China has had like almost zero policies that are pro-crypto. And look how Bitcoin market reacted to it, right? This was when Bitcoin popped up at 112K, right? 112K, remember, the old high was at 112K also. So this could be another fake out. This could be another fake out. And we're going sideways here. And then the news hits. When does it make this move? Do you see, can people see at the bottom of the screen? Right? This is 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, right? Midnight Asian time zone. I've adjusted my time clock here to reflect the Beijing time here, right? So that folks can see when this move happened. This move happened at midnight, right? Yeah. So now, then from midnight up till 5 p.m. Asian time zone, it just kept on going and hit 118.8. So if you could tell me if that's a coincidence or not. You could tell me, is that a coincidence that the world's second largest economy, some say the largest economy, just makes this announcement that it's gone from anti-crypto to suddenly possibly embracing crypto and stable coins, and Bitcoin breaks through new all-time high and makes this run? Is that a coincidence? Also, for folks who are in my Discord and who watch my videos, you know this already. I've told folks this many times. Pretty much all of the exchanges that you can name, other than Coinbase, are basically owned by, Chinese owners, and also even including FTX. You might say, oh, that's by that SBF guy, American dude, but he started his exchange in Hong Kong. Think about that. Where did all his customers from? The first 3 years when he went from zero to hero, when he took off, where did he get all his customers from? China's basically the most important nation, or at least the second most important nation to crypto, and it's being clamped down, and it's being repressed when it comes to crypto and stable coins and all that. And suddenly they make this announcement right here, and Bitcoin breaks through into a new all-time high. Okay, so if folks are interested, let me know in the comments. There are a few cryptos that are related to China that could benefit a lot from this. I can talk about it, but for this episode, let's have a look at altcoin season. So, for example, Bitcoin dominance made a move, and Bitcoin dominance. Oh, that's the hourly chart. Let me put it on the daily chart. and auto scale. Okay, so for Bitcoin dominance, which is how most people judge altcoin season, we've respected this line all along, and now look at this. We're coming back to retest this line again. And so if we were to draw a trend line here, starting from here to here, right, it's broken the trend line of the last 6 or so weeks. The thing about Bitcoin dominance is this. I was calling for Bitcoin dominance to peak around the 65, 66 area, 65.5 at the time. I called it because we can see here, it's basically, let me just put it on weekly so we can see better why this red line was drawn, because we have this resistance trend line here. This will be just the right time for Bitcoin dominance to break down and break this red line here. Boom, break down, and down we go. And also this blue line at 64% is also a key support or resistance area. So if we break that and the red line both around 60, let's call it 63.5, then that'd be a confirmation, and down we go. Should be altcoin season. We had another altcoin season here. This was like a mini 3-week altcoin season, and some coins did really well, but we really needed one of these big drops. You only need 6 or 7 weeks. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Here we got like 3 weeks. Okay, so let's have a look at ETH versus Bitcoin, for example. ETH versus Bitcoin chart, ratio chart, and see how we go with that. Okay, so ETH versus Bitcoin chart. I was calling for ETH to bottom against Bitcoin around here because I saw this was a bottoming tail. Like I was warning about ETH possibly having a topping tail today on the chart, so we need to watch out for that closely. So this is ETH versus Bitcoin. ETH had this magnificent run here back in 2017. Still did well, did a big run in 2022 as well, and now basically bottomed and then went into sideways correction, and then this closed up around here. This would be, these were all sell pressure, of course. We can see this was all sell pressure, wicks to the top. A close here would be nice because it means it's finally broken through to a lot of the sell pressure, but we really need ETH to close above here. Let's call it 0.027. Remember, 0.027 probably corresponds to the breakdown of Bitcoin dominance on the chart. I showed you guys when Bitcoin dominance was around 63.5%. Remember, when this breaks, 0.027 breaks, and we can close above here with ETH versus Bitcoin, that's when Bitcoin dominance probably closes below 63.5%, and we've got a real altcoin season that's been confirmed on play. So for ETH, I've been saying, ETH has bounced back now, so that's good to see. That's good to see that it's not. We want to see ETH close like this, at least like this, if not a little bit higher, like as close to 3,000 as possible, rather than what we saw before, which was almost a topping tail. We want to see ETH close up high and not look back. So basically for ETH, it needs to be in the target I was calling for was around this trend line. This trend line right now is around 3250. Right now, if we were to get there, 3220, so low 3200s, right? I thought we would have a pullback here, right? Another retest of the lows and then up. But then I thought it was more like 60-40, maybe even 70-30 chance we get the pullback and then up. blow off top, but obviously China came in with that very surprising news and shocked the markets. So ETH should head to major resistance in the low 3200s area. Low 30, let's call it 3250. 3250 could even wick a little bit above and then come back down, bounce a couple of times, and then up we go. So that's my long-term call for ETH playing out. Short term, the pullback didn't happen as I was hoping for, but I've got plenty of altcoin bags, so I'm not worried. Plenty of coins in the ETH ecosystem as well. And that was, in my opinion, due to this sudden news, which you would not expect China to do, suddenly doing big, party meeting in crypto and stable coins. Okay, so let's have a look at total 3, which is crypto market cap without Bitcoin, and Ethereum. I've spoken about this before. I said, for folks who used to watch my video, I said we get a pullback to around here, 750, retest this trend line, and boom, bounce up we go. So that has been pretty accurate, and the resistance will be around this 1.1 trillion area, 1.01 trillion. And look, when it breaks through, that's just going to have a massive run. Same for total 2. Folks might remember a few weeks ago, I did the video on this as well. And I said 1.05 T. It hit that very accurately around here, wicked down 1.01. Right, when it was around here, I said we're coming down to here, bounce off this line, and boom, up we go. So obviously that is playing out. Altcoin season looks like it's on its way, and basically 1.46 T will be big resistance, and 1.70 trillion will be big resistance. This total 2 is crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, but includes Ethereum, and this is others. This is all the cryptos not including the top 10, such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, BNB, Solana, those ones. So the smaller coins are having a tougher time. See how that it is even smaller, like in terms of rally. It's just getting started, right? So that always happens. Bitcoin runs, and then ETH runs. Then the top 10, top 20 coins runs, and then the mid caps, and then the tiny coins, and then meme coins. It's usually some sort of pattern like this. So this one has only just started. For most people, the altcoin season that you want probably has just only begun in the first week. This green candle is when it just started, right? It's 3 days in, we're 3 days into it, right? And we're probably going to see something. We're not going to see any resistance until this doubles. Well, the major resistance is around 454 billion area, and then boom, and then further up we go. Okay, thank you for your time, guys. I'll catch you for next episode.